Thank you. So my name is Madlen Stoycheva. I'm from 𝗓𝗏 University from Bulgaria, and I want to talk a problem that every software company sees right now in the market, but almost none of them are actually managing it well. And the solution that I suggest is based on the research that I did, and the solution is AI Adoption Toolkit, which offers a structured approach to integrating artificial intelligence into software teams. So let's start with the problem. The problem is that AI is everywhere. AI tools are everywhere, so developers are using it for many tasks, but the companies don't know actually what tasks they are used for, how they are using it, or they don't have any way to track this usage. And let's have this example. The example is a company named 𝗨𝗏𝗃. And here we see three typical profiles of the developers in the company. So the first on the left is Alex. He's a developer, he has many experience, he's confident in using AI, and he is using any tools to debug faster, so he doesn't have any idea if the data that he puts in AI actually can be critical for the company and can lead to some GDPR conflicts, for example. On the second hand, we have Maria. She is a junior developer. She is trusting AI for everything because she's a junior, so she copy and paste everything she gets from AI, and actually there is no review on her code, so nobody in the team actually knows she's using AI. On the third hand, we have the skeptical team lead who is skeptical for using AI. He trusts only what he wrote, and yeah, he is not trusting AI. And this is a typical problem because we don't have any measurement, and there is no visibility of how actually AI is improving the processes. And let me show you my research. I did a research in the first quarter of 2025. It was based on 38 different software companies in Bulgaria. My research was of 152 IT professionals, which actually showed us the current picture in Bulgaria software companies. So you see here the 71%, which is the bug experience. So this is actually what developers and different employees, for example, quality assurance or designers, actually experienced using AI. Yes, AI improved through 1 year period, but what were the critical points here? So only 40% of the companies actually had any policies how to implement AI, and yet more than 80% of the employees actually are using AI in daily tasks. So this is a huge gap. 40% have policy, but more than 80% actually are using it. So here we see the trust governance and measurement are really necessary, and the companies need to actually move faster, and that's why the Adoption Toolkit is really a tool that can help them how to solve this issue. So the solution is AI Adoption Toolkit. It's a structured framework that actually helps the companies to transform the chaotic AI usage into something measurable and responsible and have the effective integration in the companies. So also I want to mention here that the idea is not to replace AI, as we already heard here as a question, but the idea is to have AI as an assistant to the people and never as a replacement of people. So the idea of the solution toolkit is also to have 3 pillars in it. So we have support decision making based on the guidelines. We have introducing control and visibility through actually having monitoring on tokens, monitoring on different sessions, shadow AI detection, because actually, for example, in 𝗨𝗏𝗃, the CEO thinks that the employees use only 2 different AI tools, but they actually use 7 different. And actually, the team spends more than 2,400 euros per month, and none of that is actually tracked, none of that is adopted and trusted. So the idea is how we can actually see what value AI gives to the companies. The next slide, we see the market tools. You can say, is there any something similar to the AI Adoption Toolkit? Yes, I already did the research, but actually what we see here is an example of 𝗕𝗏𝗡, which is an AI tool only for enterprises. And for example, 𝗨𝗏𝗃 tried to use this tool, but this tool is for big enterprises. 𝗨𝗏𝗃 has 35 people in the company. So the tool is too expensive for them, and also it takes between 6 and 9 months to implement. And also it doesn't have the full life cycle of the processes in the companies that middle-sized companies actually have. And this is what actually AI Adoption Toolkit offers. And here I want to show you about the models that we have in the AI Adoption Toolkit. So the first one is actually showing if Maria, Tom, and Alex actually are using AI and what they're using it for. So in the first model, we are going to track their knowledge base and decide if they need to have some improvements in their knowledge. After that, we have skill and bot registry. So we register every tokens and every outputs that they get from the AI. So the idea here is that AI Toolkit is actually connected to the AI tools that the employees use. So we get a tracking system and track what they use AI for. After that, we have the usage guidelines. So here, actually, Alex will not leak data out of the company because he already knows that some data cannot be leaked to AI through these GDPR issues. And the fourth model is the governance life cycle. So in this model, we actually improve the cycle and we can manage any other guidelines that can improve through the AI updates. And the second layer that we have is the intelligence layer. So we are actually seeing here the numbers. So we see the value of and output measurements, we see risk and ethics monitor, and we actually see the adoption intelligence whoop. And the workflow, so on the left side, we get the data. On the second, in the middle, actually, is the data flow. So this is the activity, the tokens, all the sessions, and the output that Maria, Tom, and Alex have. And on the right side, we get the metrics, and we actually see. And here, for example, we can actually see that Maria does not have the knowledge, not only to copy and paste the data from AI, but to learn how to use it correctly. And for example, in 6 weeks after using the AI Adoption Toolkit in 𝗨𝗏𝗃, Maria can get 60% better in her outputs because she knows actually how to use it correctly and how to do prompt engineering with the tool she is using in. And in conclusion, I want to mention here that the AI Adoption Toolkit gives us structure instead of chaos, visibility instead of blindness, and data instead of assumptions. And one number here I want to mention is the $37 billion that were spent in 2025 for generative AI for enterprises. So this is 3.2 times higher than the year before. It's a huge number. And yet only 37% of the companies have governance policy. So this is really a huge problem. And the future development, so the idea is that we have a quick start and we scale up with different markets. And here are the references, and thank you. Any questions?